Good day, students. I am Rona Mejia, and today I will be your teacher. Before we going to proceed our new topic, let's have a game. Are you ready? If yes, give me a thumbs up. That's good. Are you familiar with the game 4 picks 1 word? Okay. I have 4 pictures here in our board. And your task, you need to think a word that comes first in your mind when you see this picture. I will give you 10 seconds to think. Okay, what word comes first in your mind upon looking these pictures? Correct! That is communication. And that is our topic for today. Are you ready? Did you know that communication is everywhere? In our society, it becomes complicated when we don't have communication. Communication serves as instrument to connect with our friends, with our family, with our neighborhood, or with our people surrounds us. Then what is communication? Merriam-Webster defined communication as the act or process of using words, sounds, signs, or behaviors to express or exchange information, to express your ideas, thoughts, and feelings. That is communication. Did you know that communication is categorized with 3 main channels? That is verbal communication, non-verbal communication, and written communication. Then, what is the meaning of these 3 main channels of communication? Verbal communication, when we say verbal communication, it refers to the production spoken language to sender, intentional message to listener. From the word itself, verbal communication, it refers to a message that the speakers convey or deliver his thoughts or feelings in the form of verbal. There are a lot of examples of verbal communication. In fact, it is the most familiar and the most we use in our daily lives. One of the examples of the verbal communication is debate, oratorical speaking, or even a simple conversation with our friends. The second main channel of communication is the non-verbal communication. Did you know that 90 to 60% of messages is non-verbal cues? Then, what is non-verbal communication? Non-verbal communication refers to transmission of message into a non-verbal platform. When we say non-verbal platform, it is a way of conveying a message through body language, because you are not using any verbal or any words to deliver your thoughts and ideas. One of example is your body posture, your hand movements, eye contact, facial expression, or even paralanguage is example of non-verbal communication. The third main channel of communication is the written communication. Written communication is any written message that 2 or more people exchange. So, in conveying a message, you are using a word or sentence to deliver the information. One of the example of written communication is writing an email, chatting your friends, or even writing a business letter. As I mentioned earlier, communication is a process. When we say a process, it has a step-by-step on how communication takes place. There are 8 components of communication. The first is the sender, the encoding, message, channel, decoding, receiver, feedback, and the noise. Then, the picture I have shown here in our board is the explanation on how communication takes place when the sender sends a message to the receiver. So, what is the sender? Sender is a person who sends a message. The sender might send a message in a form of verbal, in a form of, or any visual aids, or even a written. Second is encoding, means transforming your abstract opinion and ideas into symbol. The third component of communication is the message. It refers to the information, ideas, and feelings that the sender wants to deliver to the receiver. So, message is known as the heart of communication because it is a vital component in communication process. Fourth is a channel, the way or tool that used to transmitting the message. Without channel, we cannot deliver the message, so it is very important. In face-to-face, the sender and receiver use the channel, use the 5 senses as the channel, including the smell, seeing, or even touching is a form of channel. In virtual world, the receiver, the sender and the receiver use the smartphone or computer in conveying the message. The 5 component of communication is decoding. It refers to translating the encoded symbol into understandable language. If the encoding is transforming the abstract opinions and ideas into symbol, in decoding is translating. Then, the 6th component of communication is the receiver. Of course, communication without the receiver is useless because that is communication for. Then what is receiver? It is a person whom the message targeted, unlike the sender. Then the 7th component of communication is the feedback. It refers to the response of the receiver to the message from the receiver. And of course, we can deny the fact that there are noise that bars the communication process. Why communication is important? Communication is the root of what makes us human today and a core part of our society. Communication has been one of the driving forces of human ingenuity across the entire history. Always remember that no man is an island. Again, this is Roname Mejia from the University of the Visayas, Toledo City Campus, under College of Education, BS Ed, major in Filipino.